But if they have this very detailed plan for their life, and this typically happens when women are kind of in the biological clock starting to tick stage, where they're like, I need to find a husband. They feel this pressure to set up their future. Then
they had so many years. Like, what were they doing? What were they doing?
Well, they were being good feminists and getting, really good jobs, and now they're really happy about that, I'm sure. Not that there's anything wrong with women having good jobs, of course, but they're putting off these sorts of things.
I just don't think why having a job and having a family, it's something that can just go separate ways. It can go the same way. I know so many women who are really successful, that have their own businesses.
For hundreds and hundreds of years, women have said men are the problem, but now due to social media, we can see that it was women all along. Look at Adam and Eve. She had everything she needed, love, shelter, food, and it was not enough. If you think all she did was eat an apple with the most beautiful angel, you don't know women at all. Here's the biggest problem women did not actually pay attention to. Look at the people who are the biggest proponents of feminism, such as Beyoncé. But look at who actually lives their life. They're married, they have children, they have a family. Most of them don't actually live the life they are portraying to young women. Most of these women have the same story. When they were teenagers, they couldn't wait to be independent and out on their own, not having to listen to mom and dad. Then they got older and went out on their own. Now they want mommy and daddy again, or at least someone that will be mommy or daddy, who will let them be little punk teenagers again. They don't want to be mature women who are part of a partnership of marriage, because that would still mean work. They want no responsibilities yet maintain all the authority. Also, what these women fail to realize is that men love solitude. They absolutely love it. There's a reason why women want to go shopping and to the salon in their free time, and men go camping and fishing in the mountains in their free time. They want to get away from the bustles of life and the stress women bring into their lives. So you lot wanted independence. You got it. Now suffer it in silence, and don't cry about men not wanting to get with you because we are loving our peaceful lives. It's amazing how women will constantly remind men they don't owe us a relationship. But then, get all in their feelings when guys that are interested in them don't want to be just friends with them. A friendship is still a type of relationship, and according to their own logic, we don't owe them a relationship. What if men said that they don't want to work anymore? Men don't, because that's not an option for us. I'm fine with women wanting to stay home taking care of the family.
Nowadays, because of this lie that career is the most important, everybody is like, I don't want to settle, I can do the most for me. But realistically, once you reach 30, you start looking everywhere, because biologically your clock is ticking. And you want to settle, and you need to settle, and you want a family.
The problem is today women want to stay home and do nothing, and then whine that she is bored. Cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the family is degrading. She would say, even though I don't work, I still need my me time. We can put the children in daycare, you can drop them off on your way to work, and we should hire someone to cook and clean, right?
Women need to stop trying to become men, because they can't become men and they're only going to fail at it. And when they try to become men, they become OnlyFans whores, sell their bodies online. And guess what? One day you're going to get old, you're going to get wrinkly, you're going to become like an old miserable hag like Chelsea Handler and be childless, husbandless. You eventually will want a husband. You will. And one day you're not gonna be able to have kids, and you're gonna wish that maybe I didn't spend my whole life trying to be a boss babe, and maybe I should have just, done what society tells me not to do and got married and actually found a man. Like, serve your daddy husband and not your corporate boss.
As more and more women are put into circumstances where they have to work the same hours as men, where they have to put in an equal amount of effort, we see them start to bail out or find ways to circumvent the level of effort they have to put in. They do this through public policy and social media, trying to get governments involved, and women's rights activists talk about how it is unfair for women to be putting in the same effort. But even then, we have more and more women coming out and regretting the idea of equality that feminism has promoted to them throughout their lives. Does anyone else notice that the women making these videos that you see online on every platform talk about regretting being independent, never talking about wanting a man because they appreciate men? They only talk about wanting a man for the purpose of being a servant. We are never needed or wanted to just love us. We have become a tool or utility that they just want to use. This is how women have treated men. If a man does take any of these women, they will constantly nag as to why all these things don't get done at the snap of their fingers. On top of being their servant, they will want us to pay all their bills and maintain their vehicles. For what? What exactly will we get out of the deal? This is why men are going overseas. At least then they get a fighting chance of the women bringing something of value to a relationship. When American women try to make some point about foreign women just using us to get a green card or using us for our money, how is that any different from these American women using us to be their servants and wanting free labor? Does that make any sense to you? It surely doesn't to me and most men I know. Life is a series of settling and compromises, and big risk versus big reward, or small risk versus small reward outcomes. Most men understand this cold reality by the time they are in middle school and accept it. Women, however, are used to playing in a metaphorical sandbox their whole lives, sheltered by men from any real danger to their ego or person, and so just can't wrap their brains around that very simple concept, and thus are shocked when they can't just do whatever they want, earn whatever they want because they feel entitled to it, date whomever they want, whenever, be seen however they want by you, because you're not supposed to have your own agency, you're only on earth to be her servant and slave. Even though, in my opinion, they are the majority, good guys, those who are marriage material and interested in marriage, are a limited commodity, and are most often than not, cast aside by women as uninteresting or outright disrespected by them at a young age. But the thing is, as a limited commodity, it's first come, first serve, and if you come late, then you have to take the leftovers. And that is usually the Chad who just wants to bump and dump. With the promise of freedom from males, feminism has devastated the majority of Western women. Women need males more than they realize because they are unhappy at work and are turning into crazy, lonesome cat ladies, but they won't confess it as long as it is taboo to do so. In the future decades, as our culture gets more conservative, they will eventually come to recognize it. Then, rather than saying they need males because it's true, women will claim they do because it's fashionable to do so. When women ask for males to help them, a lot of men will genuinely respond and come to their aid, restoring the supposedly traditional connection. Once they appeal to men to assist them, neo-traditionalism will make a comeback. Then, it's likely that many men will respond to their appeals and come to assist them. In exchange, they'll receive conventional relationships, and a new variety of neo-traditionalism will manifest itself. Women will suddenly claim to care about males in this scenario, thereby forcing men back to the negotiating table. The inability of women to think critically and logically is baffling to me. It's pretty straightforward to me that choices and actions have consequences. When I talk with women about this reality of choices and consequences, you can literally see the frustration on their faces as they try and process this reality. Here's the truth. A woman in her mid-30s will already have a mindset and life habit that is difficult to change. She will be stubborn about many things and will not, for any good reason, want to change her mind about anything, even if it's not good for her, for example, drinking or drugs. To a lot of men out there, this is a major turnoff, and to them, it's not marriage material. Men want a woman that they can mold into each other with equal status. They see her as they need to mold their character according to her. Why bother when they can find a younger and hotter woman who is willing to grow together with the man? Frankly, it's all about priorities. These women choose to pursue a career above a relationship. Nothing wrong with that as long as they realize a clock's ticking. They get less attractive and fertile and more masculine as their careers take off. And big surprise, when desperation sets in, guys don't want to get involved with them. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.